of it.
Yes, and a lot of that, the attachment is less likely to be there. The more present you are with any life experience, the more present you are in the moment, then you're not attached. The attachment needs future, needs more, looks to the future is either as a threat or hope. So be as present as you can in every situation in your life, in every moment in your life.
Yeah. And what you were talking about, I think, in one of the future chapters about being able to be present with your children instead of just sort of going through the motions with your children, being present with your children. Hey, Kidada, great to see you on Skype.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Let's go to our study group who's watching our webcast at Borders on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. Hi, everybody. Hi. I hear Jamie is there and has a question.
Yes. Hi, Oprah. Hi, Eckhart.
Hi.
My name is Jamie. My question is, on page 83, you mention how fame especially is such a downfall for the ego. And I'm just wondering, Oprah, how you manage to keep everything so grounded.
Oh.
I've been meaning to ask you that too.
Really? Oh, thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. How do I manage to keep everything so grounded? I believe that I'm not attached to the fame. I don't know that to be true since I have been, quote, famous for most of my adult life. But I believe that I really am, that what I do comes from such a, I consider myself blessed. And I'm blessed because I have acquired fame and attention and money by being myself.
That's it. You don't play roles.
Yeah, I don't have to be anybody other than myself, and so...
And that's very rare. On television, almost everybody is playing a role.
Right.
And your success is due to the fact that you are yourself.
Right.
You're the same person outside television as you are here in the studio. So, and really that can apply to anybody. The more you're truly yourself and not playing roles, the more powerful you are. The ego tells you need to play some role, but your true power lies in not playing a role.
I will say this, when I first started television, I was a news reporter and never was satisfied. I always felt that I was exploiting people. My whole day was based around finding the worst story possible to report. And also, I was an anchor woman, and something would happen, Jamie, when the light would come on, like on this camera, there's a little red light on, and all of a sudden I'd be like talking like I am now, and the light would come on, and I would suddenly go into my newswoman anchor voice and play the role of the newswoman anchor person that I thought I was supposed to be. And one night I was reading some copy that I hadn't pre-read, and I was naming a lot of countries, and Canada was on the list, and I called Canada Canada. And I started cracking myself up that I said, did I just call Canada Canada? And that was the breakthrough moment for me on television. That was the breakthrough moment where I was able, for just a few seconds, break through the wall of my facade as an anchor woman who knows all of the different countries and in Canada. And that moment was such a funny moment for me. I couldn't stop laughing, and started the process of me being able to be myself on the air, that first little glimpse of it. So, did you have a question for Eckhart?
With all, this webcast and being on Oprah, obviously you've come into incredible fame, and I didn't ask you the question because this has been what you've been preaching since you wrote The Power of Now. But do you anticipate? Are you just completely self-actualized? You don't expect this to be a problem, or how do you expect fame to come into play for you at all now?
Yeah. No, this is so funny. Amy Gross, who's the editor of O Magazine, who's also a pretty centered person, we were talking about, Eckhart did an article for us from a conversation that we had earlier in O Magazine in our May issue. And so we were talking about Eckhart coming for the first session a couple weeks ago. She says, won't we all be surprised if Eckhart comes in a fur hat and 3 pounds of bling, wearing sunglasses with an entourage? If Eckhart walks in and go, yo, what's up? No, I don't think it's affected him because this is so funny. When I first called Eckhart months ago, I don't even know how long ago it was, to tell Eckhart that I was going to be choosing A New Earth as our book club selection. I think it's our 61st selection or whatever. He was so calm about it. Later, one of the producers says, well, did you call him? Did you call him? And I said, yeah, I called him. And she said, well, was he excited? And I said, I think for him that was excitement. As I said, I'm choosing the book. He goes, yes, very good. So anyway, I don't think it's gone to his head yet. And listen, so far no bling.
When it happens, then you'll know the ego has come back. Let me know.
I will.
Because I won't know it if it's come back.
When Eckhart comes in wearing 2 earrings, I'll let you know. Okay. Let's see. Thank you so much, Jamie. And all the group from Borders, thank you for being there every week. Yay, Borders! Michigan Avenue. Let's see some of the email questions you've been sending during our class on our computer screen here. This is Melissa from Crab Orchard, West Virginia. She says she's being awakened with worry. My sister's addicted to drugs. She's been through rehab to no avail. Every day we worry about her. We fear she may die if she continues. My question is this: how can we live awakened with this major, major distraction in our lives? That's good.
Yes. Well, the first thing, you need to take responsibility for your own life and your own state of consciousness. Rather than thinking your primary responsibility is your sister's life and your sister's state of consciousness. That's not the case. You have to start with yourself. Change can only begin with yourself. So are you taking responsibility for your own state of consciousness rather than believing unconsciously that, of course, you're worried and there's nothing else you can do? You have to look at what you call the worry in yourself, the continuous mind activity that dwells on negativity. See if you can enter that state of acceptance or presence and just be with yourself. I recommend to get out of the mind, go into the body several times a day and connect with the feeling of aliveness within.
For yourself.
So that the worry pretends, worry is part of the ego, it's the compulsion to think incessantly, and it serves no purpose because it doesn't get you anywhere. It's similar to the complaining. It has no useful purpose. It doesn't bring about change in any situation. No matter how much you worry, it's never the worry that brings about any change in the situation. The mind may tell you you need to worry because it has some purpose. It doesn't. So the essential thing is that you get out of that unconscious habit of continuous worrying. So find a little bit of peace in yourself first to start with. And it may be more than a little bit of peace, but start with a little. Okay, is there any peace in you underneath this continuous mental noise that we call worry? Is there anything else in you? And you have to find that you can only be of true service to your sister. You can only be of truly be an agent for change in this world if something has changed in your state of consciousness. Otherwise, you contribute to the turmoil. So find, through meditating, through bringing awareness to the present moment as much as possible, through bringing awareness into the inner body, as much as possible, get out of the mind and enter presence. And realize the mind may tell you you're not helping your sister. This is the beginning where you may be able to truly be of help to somebody else.
Because the only thing you can do is really help yourself.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
But the mind tells you, I have to save my sister.
Yes. And that's the...
And what you're saying is that is not necessarily true.
No. Ultimately, your sister is also responsible. It doesn't mean that one human being cannot help another. But what is essential when we ask whether you can be of help or not to another human being is there something in you that can bring about change in the consciousness of another human being. And unless some change has happened inside you, it can't happen. But this may talk more generally about worry. This is the problem for many, many people. They wake up in the middle of the night worrying. During the day, they go about worrying about this or that. What does it mean to worry? What does it mean? It means there is unconscious mind movement projecting itself usually into a future, and you see how dreadful the future is going to be, what's going to happen. You see outcomes that are negative. Many things, of course, are never going to happen, but worry pretends to be necessary. You have to see very clearly.
Worry pretends to be necessary. Oh, I
but
got that.
you have to see that it serves no useful purpose.
Yeah. Worry pretends to be necessary,
Yes.
but serves no useful purpose.
And so once you see that it serves no useful purpose, you can sometimes may be able to step out of that and see, oh, and then become present.
Yeah. You can become present. If you can step out of the worry for a moment, you can become present enough to say, what can I do now?
Yes.
How can I be now in this moment?
Yes.
For myself, for my sister, or for whatever it is you need.
Yes.
Okay.
And the greatest gift you can give to somebody, especially somebody who is suffering, like your sister, when you are with them, what is your state of consciousness? Are you able to bring presence when you connect with your sister or any other human being that you want to help? Can you be present with them? Can you give them space to be? That's the healing. Healing. You can be an agent for healing of another, not in the sense that I am going to heal you, not believing
Right.
that would be ego again. It's I'm going to heal you. No, simply be there as a conscious space of presence, not wanting to do anything, just being there as a conscious presence with another person.
That's very hard for people.
Yes.
I understand it's very hard for
and
people.
that's why we call it it's a shift from a.
It's a shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I recognize how hard it is. I'm reading this book now that from a guest is coming on the show called Beautiful Boy. You might have heard of it. It's the story of the father. The father and the son both wrote a book together. It's going to be on the Oprah show later. And his son was an addict for many years, and very difficult for parents, especially. And as in this case, Melissa, a sister to a drug addict, to stand by and watch somebody daily attempt to kill themselves through drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So but acceptance is also an important part of that. It's at the moment you need to accept.
Stop resisting it.
Yes.
Stop resisting.
Not bringing the resistance always into the relationship.
Because whatever you fight, you strengthen, and what you resist persists.
Yes.
That's at the top of page 75.
Yes.
Whatever you fight, you strengthen, and what you resist persists. Why is that?
Because that's how by opposing, you bring, this world works in terms of polarities. So if you strengthen one polarity, you immediately strengthen the other. That's an example.
Physics.
Physics, yes. Exactly the same.
Physics.
Yes.
Okay. You say, because these days you frequently hear the expression the war against this or that, and whenever you hear that, you know that it's condemned to failure. There's the war against drugs, against crime, the war against terrorism, against cancer, against poverty, and so on. And despite the war against all of these things, every one of those things is bigger than ever.
That's right. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Because what you fight, you strengthen, and what you resist persists.
Yes. And then the implication, of course, is there is another way of dealing with things, with situations.
And that is
with
to make
life.
peace with it.
Make peace with it. And then take action. The action then comes out of a different state of consciousness.
The action comes out of presence.
Presence. It's no longer a reaction.
Yeah, it comes out of presence and not out of you being defensive about it.
That's right.
I got it.
And the action is much more powerful and effective when it's not defensive and not negative.
We have Dana from Monrovia, Liberia,
Oh,
on the phone. Hello?
Hello, Oprah. Hello, Eckhart.
Hello.
It's Donna.
hi.
Hi, it's Donna. Hi, Donna.
How are you?
Oh,
Yes.
we're happy to
Good
talk to
evening.
Monrovia. Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Your question.
Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
My question. Thank you. My question has to do with non-reaction in relationships. Would it be the same to say that the opposite of love is not hate, but rather indifference, considering if one makes that situation not a personal one?
Okay, that's your question.
Yes, I don't fully understand the
Thank you.
question.
Would it be
Don't leave, Donna.
reading
Go ahead.
concerning